Hello, this is Charles Cutler from CorkLink. I'm here today to explain to you about how we make bar top corks right from natural cork as it comes into the factory to the finished product.
So when you choose a cork, you essentially have two options of cork to choose from. You can choose natural cork, which is just punched out of the cork bark, or micro-agglomerated or agglomerated cork. Micro-agglomerated cork is just small granules of cork which are then glued together. We really love natural cork because it's a completely natural product, and natural products have their own benefits. They don't contain any synthetic elements. Corks come from nature, so processing them is a tricky process because they don't come in a uniform way.
You can see behind me that we've got some natural cork as it arrived, which has already been cooked and it's ready to be turned into corks. So the cork is then cut into strips of approximately the right thickness. It passes up this conveyor belt and goes to these guys here who actually punch out the cork from the strips. So the punching can either be done by an automated machine, or it can be done one by one. Then the corks, once they've been punched out, they go through this machine here. Now this machine takes a laser, looks at the surface of the cork and decides what quality it is. So you can have super high quality down to corks which don't pass the test and can't be used.
Once the cork's basic shapes have been cut out, they pass through a series of machines. These machines generally use grinding stones to cut the corks down to the perfect size, both the diameter of the body and chopping off the ends. And then we can also do various finishes to the corks, so they might be rounded or chamfered according to what the client's looking for. Once the corks have gone through all these machines, they then need to go through a washing process which disinfects them and helps to tidy up the surface of the cork. Plus we can give different appearances, so you might want a whiter cork or a darker looking cork. So depending on what chemicals we apply to the cork at this stage, it gives the final visual appearance. Once the corks have come out of the washing, there's another chance to select them. The selection process can either use lasers which analyse the surface of the cork, looking for minor imperfections and classifying them from the very best corks to corks which can't be used for bottling, have to get recycled, be granulated. As well as the machines that selects the corks, there are also these ladies who look at the corks one by one to make sure that the machine has done its job properly, and to do a final selection to make sure the whole quality process has worked as it should do. The final stage of making bar top corks is gluing the cap on. The caps that are available are pretty much anything you might need: plastic, metal, wood. These caps can be attached either by a machine if they're a standard size, but if they're not a standard size, then again the whole process has to be done by hand. And here you can see these ladies who are gluing the corks one by one to the capsules. The final part of production is in the laboratory, where we check every batch of corks to make sure that they are of a consistent quality and that they are being completely disinfected, that the sizing is correct, that the compression rates on them is correct. There's a battery of tests that we have to do to make sure that the corks come out exactly as the client has specified them.